Whether you're watching this before or after the presidential elections here in the United States, which are going to have a major impact, obviously, on the world, no matter when you're watching this, I have something very important to share with you that is either going to get your blood pressure up or empower you and put you at total ease regarding who takes over that position. Are you ready? I think you're going to really like what I have to say. Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through the fears, live an amazing life. Break through the fears. What about those presidential elections? I want to share something with you that applies to absolutely everything that's going on this planet, whether it's our health issues or whether it's the people that are in power. Right now, what's happening is a great awakening, a shift in our frequency. And that means we're taking our power back. Well, we never really lost it. We're recognizing that we are powerful and that no one can ever take your power away from you. Your power does not come from your home, your money, or any material goods. It's about our love and relationships with one another, and no one can destroy that. Nobody in any position on this entire planet can change what you choose to feel and think and your personal actions. Now, I'm here to tell you right now that it doesn't matter who's in position. Okay? Now, what I'm about to tell you, that's either going to really tick you off or you're going to get what I'm about to share with you. The reason I say that is because when we start to take our power in our own hands, making our own decisions, not in opposition, no struggle, no opposition, we're fighting no one. It's not necessary to ever do that. When we create our own world, we empower ourselves in the way we want to. That means making peaceful, positive decisions. What is a positive decision? It's one that respects others, our planet, our animals, this planet, and all the decisions that we make personally are still our own. From what we purchase to what we eat, what we use, and how we live our lives. What we put up in the air and what we put on our skin and in our bodies. We have the power to make amazing changes. And that is not one person in any position of government that's going to do that. You will always have control over your life no matter what. And what we do as a collective changes the reaction of those whom we put in power. They're going to want to adhere to our needs and requirements, and if they don't, well, that still doesn't stop you from controlling your own life. And yes, there, of course, are consequences to putting certain people in power. But I'm telling you right now, by awakening and not going into opposition and demanding from ourselves a higher quality of life by how we conduct our lives, we change the world. I'll give you an example. There will be no market for any kind of products that put toxins into our bodies or on the planet if we don't use them. It's really that simple. In our homes and our money, that's not who we are. And we will create abundance if we go into that space where we know that the quantum field has no limits. And that is a space for everyone. That we access that, all of us, at all times. I want to share with you that you should never fear what is to come with any group or person that you feel has power over you. We are a voice, and if we are a voice of peace, and we take charge and take responsibility of our own personal lives, then everything will change. When you create your own peaceful communities of giving, from the education to our health to everything that we do every single day, it should never be toxic to any person or thing or the planet or anything else. Everything that happens from this day forward is a personal decision. And anything that happens out there, one should never fear or even argue about. Whatever will happen, will happen. Our earth is evolving in a very positive way, and as long as you're contributing to that in whatever way you can, regardless of what happens out there, when you are taking control here, that will change. No more opposition, no more struggle, no more arguing. Only solutions, if that's the world you want to live in. And if you want to continue in density of believing that somebody has control over you in a way that is not positive, well, that's the world you'll live in. But when you're taking positive action, using kindness and giving, we're going to live in an amazing world. The presidential elections or elections of anyone else never has to be a threat. It never has to be a threat. And now I know a lot of you are going to argue and say, what about people that are in lower densities? If the collective consciousness is operating in a way that no longer reinforces that, it can't exist. That's just a fact. And when we take our power as very positive, peaceful people, we can change any situation. When we go along with things that are not good for us or anyone else, that's when we get in trouble. And we've spent centuries doing that, allowing those in power who have not had our best interests in mind to dictate how we live our lives. There are so many things that you can do right now to change our world. And every single thing is a decision, a personal decision of peace and giving. And I'm going to tell you something, there are a lot of people in some very bad situations that have been in an awakened state where no one can disrupt their happiness and peace. I know that there are a lot of challenges on this planet right now, and I'm here to tell you that I think all of them are pushing us to make positive decisions to go into a state of a golden era of peace, of love, and giving. And nothing can stop that from happening. Not as long as you're doing it, and you believe in it, and you continue to take those actions. You have no enemies. Everything is an opportunity for positive change to test you to see how you will behave when you are in these situations. Are you going to allow your ego to react and go into a negative space and argue with somebody else? No one is wrong. No one can be wrong, because whatever reality someone chooses is theirs, and it's theirs to live. It doesn't have to be yours. No matter what situation we go into, you can always choose how you behave, what you believe, what you think, and the actions that you take, no matter what situation. So let's not go into fear or believe that the future of the planet is resting in somebody's hands. It's resting in your hands. It's time for us to unite as a global planet of peace. Stop arguing with one another and saying, what do we need to work on? All of us. And how can we resolve any kind of issues? It's going to bring us together as a community and as a humanity. We're going into that era. It's already happening. And if you're not experiencing that, then you're seeing the world as a very negative place. And it doesn't have to be. We're making some big changes now. And I assure you, no matter what happens with the elections or anything else, we're going in the right direction. Because we, as an awakened people, are putting that positive energy into the collective that's going to start making better decisions. It's going to affect everybody. And you can't sell toxins to a community that won't purchase them. Start making positive choices, even if it's inconvenient for you. Spread the words of peace. Don't get caught up in the negativity. That's part of the old matrix that doesn't work anymore. And let's start moving forward to create our own communities that are going to take us into this amazing new era of the Great Awakening. It's real. And if you don't believe that, well, then that will be your reality. That's quantum physics. You'll create that. And if you believe it and you put all of your efforts into that, you will participate in that world, no matter who is in that White House or any place else. That's just my viewpoint, and it's always meant to empower you and take you into a place of peace. No more worry of the future. You're creating the future. You are whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.